My peeps. Listen, y'all, listen. If you guys are working harder than me, I applaud you. I applaud you for real. We didn't get to do yesterday's show because of what we were even doing an hour ago. I keep on telling you guys we got something really cool coming for you, so I've been really working pretty hard on it. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be life beneficial. But I want to get on here really quick and get a little bit of trouble started. He always get trouble started. It's not always. It's not always. No, we're not going to use that account. Today is the 17th, so we should have. Can we go live again on our big account? Oh, these dummies let us go live again. They gave us back our strength. Yeah, they gave us back our strength, people. Listen, topic of today's show, Through the Fire podcast, in this situation, rocking out with us. Okay, let me get some pep in my step. Set this thing on off, right? Set this thing how we know it's supposed to go. Don't do me like that. Let's go. Tap that screen. Share the show, people. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, people. Let's go. Wow. Wow, for real. I'm going to have to check that out. Shout out to my bro AJ, definitely in the building. Let's get to it, though. Listen, people, today what we're talking about is something that all of you guys are interested in. And for those of you who are on, oh, snap. It was that bad. That's crazy. But listen, we're going to talk about something that everybody's interested in today. Most of the men are going to already know. Maybe they've never properly put it into words, right? But what we're going to talk about today, how serious are long-term relationships? How serious are long-term relationships? I'm going to tell all of you ladies today, this especially goes for African American men. A lot of you have been doing this thing with this guy for a long time. It's been some back and forth. Most people's relationships aren't relationships to strangers. It's rotations that they've had going on for some years. Sometimes this person is in a relationship, so she has to tell you, you guys can't do what you do anymore. But then we always know that women's relationships don't last. Most men, 90% of men who are single and have practiced being single for some years before at one point in time or another in their life, we know that she can be in a relationship right now. All I have to do is wait 3 months on a max. 6 months, she'll be single. I can call again, but like, what's up, baby girl? Or she'll have called me first. It means you guys aren't doing good getting locked down. That's exactly what that means. It means you're not doing good getting locked down. And no human being, screw men, no human being sees something amazing and opts to go in the opposite direction, right? They're not doing that. We won't look over here and see something amazing, but go that way. So you guys have significant problems. We know that we can reach back out to you in 3 months and you won't be in that same relationship that you told me we couldn't do what we do anymore because of this new situation you got going on. You're doing something wrong. But even that's not my point. Especially African American men. Especially African American men. Men in America have a broad pool of options that they can select women from. There's something really wicked, something funky going on right now that has women running around with their chests poked out like, yeah, like they have a ton of leverage, but it's not the case. You know how we can prove it's not the case? Because you guys don't stay locked down. You don't have the leverage. You have the leverage to get stretched out. You have a massive ton of leverage in that particular instance. But as it pertains to getting locked down in a serious relationship, let alone married, it's not working out. It's not working out. I'm going to say this again. African American men especially. You're not getting locked down because their dating value, their bachelor status is so valuable. A single man who can do well with women, his bachelor status is high level valuable. It's one of the most valuable items that we come into throughout our journey in life. Our bachelor status is the years where we can do whatever we want to do. Our bachelor status is the time in our life where we're only responsible for our well-being, where we only have to spend money on us, right? Where we only have to protect us. We don't have to be responsible for anything else but us, especially those who don't have children. It is the most flexible time in our lives. It is, to an extent, the time of our lives when we experience the least amount of pressure. It is a really good time. We have people in place to where we don't have to be without women. We have people in place to where when it gets time to get sexual, we have people in place when it's time to go out of the country. I call this one, right? She knows she means a little something to me, but it'll never go anywhere. We have a Frankenstein syndrome. It's why you guys aren't getting locked down. Because in order for us to trade our bachelor status in, you have to be bad as hell. Yes, you do. You need to know how very valuable our bachelor status is and what it means to us. No one's taught you this, apparently. A man's bachelor status is the Disneyland of all of the children in the world. Especially when you know you're the ish. When you know you usually walk into clubs and lounges. And any single woman in there is in trouble, and she knows she's in trouble. It's an amazing time in our lives. When we have our car and people see our car coming around the corner, it represents us. It represents me. At that moment, it represents me. And everything attached to that brand represents me. I am what people think about when they see that car. I am what people think about when I walk into a room. The moment we agree to be in a long-term relationship with a woman, it's no longer that. When people see my car, they think about me and him being in a relationship with Leah. I am no longer about myself. My brand won't even look like I'm about myself. So what you guys are asking us to do is high level expensive. That thing costs. Getting a man, a MOV, not a high value man. I call man of value. This is a man who's neither rich nor poor, He has his own things. He has his own money in the bank account. He has his own vehicle. He has his own home. He pays his own bills, and his life is in order. A MOV, a man of value. His bachelor status, a lot of you can't afford. It is very expensive. You have to come into our lives and instantly be viewed and evaluated as somebody that the argument at least has to be able to take place in our heads. If I let somebody get a hold of her and I'm never able to get somebody like her again, would I be okay with that? If that conversation doesn't start in a man's head about you, he's not making any moves with you. Because when a man starts thinking like that about a woman, he'll at least give it a shot. Am I, the way she makes me feel, the way she always smells, am I okay with another man having that? If I keep playing around too long and somebody snatches her up, will I be okay with that 15 years from now? But here's the thing. Turbulence, people. In order to cause a man to have that conversation inside of his head, you have to be very valuable. You have to be very valuable. You have to be pretty. You have to be feminine. You know what? I tell you guys this. The same way that I tell you guys, I don't believe that a woman who has children, especially multiple children by multiple men, she does not have the same dating rights as a woman who doesn't. She does not have the same asks. She cannot ask the same things of a man she's in a relationship that a woman who came to the relationship with no kids can ask. She cannot require certain things that a woman who has no children and came into a relationship with has the right to require. Now, you can do these things, but the results that you get from trying to do them, trying to require them, will tell you that the answer is no and that you can't do it. You can say, I don't want no man cheating on me and things like that, but the actions that take place shortly after will tell you you don't qualify for that. Can a man be thinking to himself, I don't think I could stand to lose her if I got caught cheating, and not cheat? If you don't cause a man to think this to himself about you, if you're not already put together, you have to be already well put together in order to pull this off. You have to be feminine. You have to be fit. You have to be pretty. You don't have to be gorgeous. You just have to be pretty. You have to be cooperative, right? You have to be easy to be around. And you can get locked down for the long haul easily, effortlessly. You can outcompete women who are bad. You can outcompete Instagram models. And somebody will lock you down. And I'm talking about put the work in. They'll pay for things because you guys don't understand what we understand. When it comes to relationships, men prefer cooperation and peace and femininity over looks. We will take cooperation, femininity, and peace over looks. If you're talking about a serious relationship, you think we're going to sit up and nag with somebody? You think we're going to sit up and let somebody make us feel uncomfortable, walking on eggshells, knowing the things that typically cause her to have an attitude? I just want to be around that. But we'll blow your back out. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. You guys are going to get some game today. You guys are going to get some game today. Shout out to my bro AJ, always kicking off the super chat for us. You heard what he said, kicking off the super chat in this, right? Somebody follow suit. I told you guys, you've been watching the same people support the show. Let's go. But I'm telling you guys, a man's bachelor status is very, very expensive. Any man of value, and when I say man of value, I mean he has his own things. He has his own car. He has his own house. If he gets in trouble, he can go to the bank, and he's respected by other people. Most of you can't afford that man's bachelor status. It's because he has access. You know what? I'm not going to even try to do this. Let me try this really quick. I can't stand little noises, people. I can't stand little noises. Listen, a man's bachelor status is so valuable, you kind of have to be bad. You kind of have to be bad. The reason that our bachelor status is so expensive, so valuable, that a lot of you can't afford it, and the reason we know you can't afford it is because a lot of you don't have a man of value who has said, I will be with her and only her for the rest of my life. I want you guys to hear how that said when I said it. That's why a man's bachelor status is so expensive. Everything has to be purchased, ladies. Everything has to be purchased. Everything costs. The boyfriend costs. We don't have to say this about men knowing that women cost, because you guys literally cost like money. But ladies, as it pertains to a man, I don't think that you guys have ever been told what men cost. Men of value. That's why you guys often can't get the man that you desire. But you can get the men that you don't desire. Because the men you desire are too expensive for what you have to offer. Do you know what it takes to tell a quality man, a man of value, who other men respect, has his own things, has his own car, has his own house, has his own money, to say to the universe, I am okay with making this person right here be the person that I spend the rest of my life with. When that person has problems in their life, her problems become my problems. When her finances aren't right, that's where I'm supposed to pick up slack. Everywhere she goes, when people look at her, they will see me as well. When people look at her, they will see me. That's what they will think about when they see her. Her reputation will be attached to my reputation. If she does something ignorant, it will make me look bad. What I'm telling you people is this. Do you know how expensive it is and what it costs to get a man to leave the comfort of only having to be responsible for him and having a variety of people that he can deal with if he wants to only locking you down and pledging to never touch another woman again, no matter how feminine she is, no matter how much she moves him whenever he walks past her at the grocery store? Do you have any effing clue how valuable and expensive that is? For me to ignore all other soft, beautiful women with no children, fit and feminine, to ignore them and always only think about you and only prioritize you and only experience you in my life forever, for the rest of this journey. Listen, you know what? I want somebody to put a monetary component on that. I want somebody to put a dollar sign on how valuable, how expensive do you think a man's bachelor status is? And I'm going to throw something at it. How expensive, what price do you think a man of value would put on his bachelor status to allow a girl who has one child and is a 5 or a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10? How much do you think he would charge that woman for that type of commitment, for him to only deal with her for the rest of his life? How much do you think he would charge if you put a dollar amount on it? Never, ever, no matter how beautiful, no matter how fit, no matter how feminine, I will never focus on another woman, only you. What would she have to pay for that? I want to know. Shout out to AJ in this situation. If she's soft, cooperative, and feminine, she pays zero bills over here. Did you guys hear what this brother just said? You hear what this brother just said? He's letting you know out of his mouth, the right one can get it. She can get all of his support. It's literally what he's saying. The right woman, and he will make her life comfortable. Nobody came up with a dollar amount. What's really going on? Hey, you heard what Wilson said. Share the live, people. Listen, B2 Fly said, mindset is key. I would shoot my shot at a mediocre chick with a nice attitude before I try with a beautiful, unruly broad. And see, here's the thing. A lot of you, you'll call yourself bad bees or you'll call yourself a baddie, things like that. You don't know the color that you like, the names, nicknames that you choose for yourself. They are all associated with elements of who you know you are on the inside and how you view life. If I have a dog and his name is Scorpio or Bone Crusher, something like that, I probably relish some of those elements, the brand of those elements, something like that. I have thoughts like this going on in my life. If you're referring to yourselves as baddies and things like that, there's elements of you that are attached to that name. And guess what? You're outwardly projecting them for all of us to see, and that's why we're treating you like we're treating you. Men don't seek to just start trouble. It's not who we are. Men don't seek to see very appealing, fit, feminine, and friendly women and say, you know what, I'ma just say she's unruly, she's out of shape. We don't do that. I gotta sit here and lie on you. We don't do that. Are you willing to pay the price for a man's bachelor status? It costs. Asking you was just a courtesy. You're going to pay the price. You are going to pay a price for every caliber and every tier and scale of man that you can get to lock you down. A mediocre guy who's not that cool. Money is okay, but looks a 4 or 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. You're going to pay for him. You're going to pay for his bachelor status. And guess what it's likely to cost? Being attached to a man who you're not likely attracted to, might be even embarrassed of, and that's what he costs. That's what you could afford. You know how we know that that's what you were able to afford? Because you couldn't get an MOV, a man of value. You've been trying for some years. For some years. A lot of this game, about 80% of what you've heard me say today, is coming fresh off of me dating. I mean, fresh off of me editing the dating course that I told you guys I was about to upload. Men cost. You can kick, scream, and yell about it, but quality men cost. It is why so many of you not only don't have one, but have never had a man of value. Because there are universal expenses associated with being able to get a man of value to lock you down. You know why? Because if he's considered a man of value in your eyes, a desirable man in your eyes, guess what else? He's likely considered to be that in the eyes of women who are more fit than you, in the eyes of women who look 2 times better than you do, in the eyes of women who don't have any kids, in the eyes of women who got big bank and trick off on men. Now why would I forsake all of that and give you my bachelor status? Tell me why would I tell that lie? How to show online, people. Porcelain Barbie definitely in the building, rocking with us, my girl. Zero fucks given, definitely in this situation. Right? Listen, let me get my girl up here. I got a question. As serious as cancer. Who can keep the average dancer hyper than a hyper than a hyper than a right? There she goes.
Oh man, I just downloaded some more coins. I come through trying to give. Hold on.
Shout out to my girl Lena in this situation. Always rocking with us with the $15 cash app. My girl. Tell me how you.
Me up. I was trying to give you.
Oh, my girl, my
there
girl.
You go. Hold up. There you go. All right. There you go.
Listen, my girl over here setting it off in this.
Stacey, I can't be over here with you. I'm they call me pick-me's and all this stuff. I only want to be up
America's
here,
most hated.
Yeah, coming over here with you ain't gonna do good.
Listen,
can I come back down in the comments, please?
Listen, check this out. You married, right?
Yeah. No, I'm saying I don't want to be up here. I'm so nervous because they hate me for my. I had Guru on my live. And
snap!
Yeah,
I know that
I'm
went
hot.
left.
Yeah. No, Guru is cool. Like he comes.
No, I'm talking about the energy of the whole crowd and everything.
You already know it's rotten for me right now. And then you, it's the same type of
contagious. But listen, real quick, I got a question for you.
All right.
Maybe you've never thought about it.
I'm happy. It was me trying to process myself being up here, but thank you, Tina. I'm very happy.
You probably never thought about it like this. Maybe it was translated in a different way with you. But have you ever thought about how very, very, very valuable and expensive a man's bachelor status is? Like what you would have to what you would have to have in trade for me to give my bachelor status to you. Like, this is a moment where I'm only responsible for my life. Bachelor crib laid out, white everything, white leather, this and that. I could bring anybody over I want to. At this point in time in my life, I don't have to answer to nobody. I don't have to sneak around. I don't have to pay for this person. I only have to be responsible for my life, right? Have you ever thought about that very, very fun time in a man's life? That there is that it's expensive and there's a price attached to it in order for a woman to obtain his status like that?
Well, my husband is older than me, so and it doesn't matter because a man still retain his value even in his old age.
Better know it.
So then he's worth more now than ever with all the YNs and Skittle coalition out
That's
here.
real.
But absolutely, a man would never lose his value. In fact, my husband don't need me. He can cook. Well, he said I cook certain things better than him. Certain dishes he tried to steal my recipes. I like literally hide my recipes, but he can cook and his cleaning is impeccable, but I kind of spiced it up a little bit more than what it was. Yeah. But really, if I was to go, I don't have any children, but he's a phenomenal father, and it's the most beautifulest thing to see a man love on their children.
Right.
I mean, I can't take away from. I'm not one of these women. Like I had a bad situation, but I'm not one of these women that are disgruntled towards
Right,
black
right, right.
men. I love black men, and you're gonna always retain your value. Look at Ron Osley. Look at Hugh Hefner.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you.
So I just gotta stay on my A game because I know it's plenty of people that want my position.
Exactly.
So,
You see,
but
and
that's
and
me
she
being
made
real
my
though.
point.
That's me being real.
She made my point. She really made my point. Like, listen, I'm not trying to be funny with you ladies, but let's go. Turbulence, people. If she leaves that man right now, he can rebound. If she leaves him right now, he can rebound effortlessly. All he will have to do was let it be known that he's single again. And it's because a man retains his value. Listen, he better not. He had better not have gotten his money right. He had better not be an okay looking dude. He had better not be a confident dude. It's really a wrap then. Now, my only point in saying that is this. Do you know how valuable a man's bachelor status is? And when I say bachelor status, it is that time and it is that lifestyle before I committed to this woman. Have you ever thought about all of the fun that men have in that particular time in life? We talking about orgies. We talking about whatever.
Yeah, if you're saying that from like a polyamorous
No, I'm
standpoint,
not talking about that. I'm talking about when we driving around in our car. Those people who know us, they recognize that as him. That's Stacy. But when we get in relationships and things like that, it pulls a blanket over our entire bachelor status, and people no longer see me as a solo. They see he in a relationship with so and so. Right? I'm responsible for somebody else. When her money go wrong, I gotta step up. When other women who might have thought, that I was that guy, now they think about me in association with her. We're giving up a significant level of power. Have you ever thought about that?
absolutely, you giving up because that same power that you once obtained was the same power that drew me to you.
Right.
So, women
Exactly.
should be grateful for that because like it's like everyone wanted Stacy Prince and now I have him. So it's just like, but sometimes women start getting too complacent and comfortable. They don't want to clean up like they used to when they met
Crazy.
you. They don't want to cook like they used to. Sometimes, depending on your level of expectation sexually, they kind of renege on that
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So, yeah, you definitely should think about a man's bachelor status.
It costs. It's very expensive. It takes. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I'll just be real. Now, she not gonna have trouble. And I said that in the book that I wrote. Like, there are elements that come in and make up for other things. And if you've retained youthful beauty, not only can you rebound, we're talking about with people who has significant finances and things like that, who will say, when people see me, I want them to think about her. Like, she is my image now. And to be honest, men, we do get status points based upon our woman's image. We most definitely do. We get status points associated with her behavior, how pleasant or unpleasant the interaction other people have had with her. Like, listen, Marge was
Now
just so
speak.
ate up with, your girlfriend. She was just so wonderful, man. We want to know what you guys want to come to the retreat. That type of stuff happens because of her. Now, this is my supervisor talking to me or the CEO of the company. And a door just got opened because of my decision making process that associated her with valuable. And the same thing can happen in the opposite. If you got you a ratchet ghetto booger wolf, listen, your boss might just start walking straight past your desk like you don't know you. He ain't talked to you since I went out on that dinner date. But listen, I think women really need to, and here's what I'm gonna say to you. The crazy part about all of this, not only that men's bachelor status is very valuable, and I'm talking about men, I say MOVs, men of value, man who might not be rich or poor, but he has his own car, he has his own house, has his own money in the bank if he ever needs to get it. The reason that these women have not been able to obtain these men's bachelor status, they don't even know it costs, which is why you've never gotten one. You keep approaching this guy like Look at me. Or I have of a JJ, and that's supposed to be the end all be all. That's supposed to get him. Has it gotten him? No. His bachelor status costs, and it's very expensive. Who I'm talking about is a man of value. I'm not talking about some Ray Ray or Pookie. I'm talking about the man that most of you would like to have. We're talking about him. The reason that hunk who you have drawn up in your head, the reason you've never experienced him, you didn't know that he costs, and he's very expensive, and it's basically like walking up in Gucci expecting everything to be free. You're going to keep on coming out empty-handed. You didn't know that this stuff costs. Therefore, you don't know how to shop for what's in there. And this thing with your guys with JJ, it is ruining you. It's costing you so much because most of you have gotten so familiar with the concept of anything that I want, any conversation I want to have, or whatever, I got of a JJ. And that's cost you several times because you go with that attitude to a man of value, you don't know he's looking at himself as the prize. And you sitting here because you got him a JJ. He's got 3 women on his roster right now who have a JJ, and they don't have kids, and they're fit, and they're feminine, and their natural hair goes down to their back. Now what, Goofy? It's why you're single. You think you're the prize. It's why you're single. Those of you who aren't single, you don't have the caliber of man that you want. If you could draw him up right now, and I'm not saying all, I'm saying the ones who are doing the complaining. What's your thoughts, Porcelain Barbie?
I feel like when you said, you know, a woman is kind of like a trophy. Like she's kind of like she identifies you, she represents you, and but I feel like it's the reverse role. A lot of women identify themselves by their men. You know, distant, Dwight Howard or, Kobe
Yeah,
Bryant's wife. They don't have their own identity.
right, right,
So they lead with who their husbands are. My husband have this and my husband. You have some independent women that will lead with their accomplishments, but those women that lead with their accomplishments 9 times out of 10 are single.
right,
Those men, those women that are with affluent males, they lead with who their husbands are. Even Caucasian women.
right, right.
So my thing is, you're not telling any lies. Like I think a lot of women want a man, like they would come to you and be like, "Well, Stacey Prince," they'll try to like tell you what they need. I need a man that's 6 foot tall, making 6 figures with a 6 inch, blah blah blah, right? But then you have children, you probably divorced or had multiple people, and then you like natural women. You probably got, wearing weave, makeup, and there's nothing wrong
Exactly.
with that, but it's something wrong when you start allowing it to identify who you are as a person.
Right, right.
When you just can't walk out. I can walk out the house with no makeup, no nothing, and just be like, whatever, take me as I am.
Well,
Some
well,
women can't do that.
listen, I'm gonna tell you guys the issue with the weave because my cousin, it was a light skinned chick. She was one of yellow red bone. The conversation came up of her wearing hair weave or whatever. And this guy, he's nuts. Like he got views like mine, but he's nuts with it, right? He was like, "Oh, cuz it don't matter. She having a hair weave. She looked like that's the type of hair to grab." And that was legit. Looking at her, red bone, like like I don't know, whoever. Red, the international quiet storm in the situation, rocking with us with the Cash App. I appreciate you, brother. It does matter. If you're the type who needs it for cosmetic emergencies, I can't do it. I can't do it, right? I'm not rocking with listen, if she don't already have her own hair, it's a sin to me. If we could take it out and you still got the good, it doesn't even have to be all the way down to your back. If you got hair that comes to your right here, I can still rock with you because you're not a fraud. But if you're wearing this hair weave all of the time because it's a cosmetic emergency and we get that stuff out,
I mean, you
it's a
can't do an
sin.
Amber Rose. You can't do an Amber Rose.
Nope. And it's not because Amber Rose is not still attractive, but to me, she got outside of her nature, and I don't tolerate that. If she
Okay.
got sick or something, I would tolerate it. But that tells me a lot about you, right? That you chopped off your nature. It tells me a lot about you. I'm going to have internal problems dealing with you. Because if to make a statement that bold, you kind of have to have some masculine traits dwelling off up inside of you. And listen, I'm going to tell you guys, I don't tolerate much of nothing. I don't. I do believe any woman attached to me has been blessed. Not out of arrogance or anything, but because of how hard I'm going to go, how dope her life is going to be. I'm not even talking about from a financial perspective. I'm talking about she's going to have somebody who'll be standing behind the door after she gets home, who's going to jump behind her and start tickling her and kissing her on her neck. Her life is not going to be boring. Her life is going to be exciting. She's going to see things and experience things that I know her friends don't. So I make you pay. My bachelor status is very expensive, right? And I don't. If you don't acknowledge who you are, that you have this capacity and these capabilities, there will never be a time where you can go to a Mercedes Benz store and go to the SL and the F5 area where they'll say, you know what, because it's you, we're gonna chop this in half. That's not gonna happen. That they're gonna make you pay for the perceived worth of that vehicle. And I look at it the same way. Like, there are women who just being around me enjoy themselves, love being around me, and they exude it. They sometimes they say, I had a really good time with you and da da da. For me to give that to somebody who thinks she's entitled to it, are you a nut job? And I'm going to peep you out periodically. I'm going to peep you out periodically to see how you come off about some of the things that the places I take you. And I'm not talking like extravagant places. I'm just saying an evening with me is really, really cool. You know what I mean? I'm not going to devalue myself and my brand by allowing you to get it for cheap. I'm not having it. You got anything you want to kick out before you go?
No, I was just wanted to stay in the comments and listen. Um,
She said, I don't want no trouble, no trouble.
I don't want no trouble. I just want to be in the comments like everybody else. But I agree with you saying, so thank
I
you.
appreciate
But
you,
it's
sweetie.
gonna be somebody riding by gonna say that you
You
anti,
already know.
you know. So
You take care.
thank you.
You hear how she talks? She knows how to conform. Um, a lot of you don't even care how the man feels. You can listen to whenever she comes up here. Could you even picture it being difficult to get along with her if you lived in a house with her? Where the hell would the difficulties come from? Listen to how she says thank you and listen to the tone. I'm telling you guys, in that dating course that I just finished, it talks in depth about the tone of women's voices. I'm telling you guys right now, the work has already been done for you. You guys keep on going off of what you shouldn't be going off of. When you're selecting a woman to be in a long-term relationship with, you get the best candidate on the bus the first time. You don't get something because you like the way her titties was perky like Angelina Jolie's used to be, and because you like the way she had a butt. Like, you don't do it like that. That's problems waiting to happen. That's problems waiting to happen. How about, and then after you find out you were in error picking her for these things, now you guys are bumping heads and you're starting to see characteristics of hers that go completely contrary to yours. Now the relationship doesn't work. Now you got to get back out there when you should have gotten the right person on the bus in the first place. You get someone whose energy just makes you feel like, no, I just like being around this person. You get you someone who you can notice when she says certain things, it impacts you differently than any of the other women who you've dealt with or who you've heard talk. She just makes you feel good, right? It's not going to be hard maintaining a relationship with somebody who effortlessly, for no reason, makes you happy. That relationship won't need a lot of maintaining. Simply won't. As the relationship progresses, you're going to probably continue finding out things about her that impress you, things that kind of make you feel happy. I'm telling you guys right now, a man's bachelor status costs, and it's very expensive. A man of value has significantly more options than even an attractive woman as it pertains to getting locked down in a serious relationship. I can go get in 5 relationships right now. I can listen. I'm not saying this to be. I'm telling you, I know who I am. I know how things have went for me throughout life. I can go to a club right now and curate a long-term relationship, provided I'll even say a lounge, because a lounge, I would prefer that scenario better, because if you go to a club, it's going to be a person, an irrational minded person, likely, you know what I mean? I want somebody who is coherent to talk to her, establish what she's like at a lounge where they're playing soft music in the background, things like that. I can really dig into her in this lounge. If she's even in a certain caliber of lounge, then that gives me a glimpse on what her mind is like, right? And I'll move towards her based on what I have perceived that her mind is like. And I'll pick her all the way down to her bone marrow and let her know who I am. And I'm already going to have a gist of who she is, so I can move on her, asking her things about long-term relationships, asking her if she currently seeing anybody right now. Inside of a month and a half, I can be in a long-term relationship with her. Never knew her. All I have to do is put effort towards it. That's all I have to do. Listen, shout out to my brother Greg Biggs over here, gifting all the badges. My brother always supporting the show. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something that's really, really insane. We drop jewels up here, and women still manage to say he hates women. Are you nutty? Are you listening? We're on 3 different platforms regularly, and none of the men are saying, he's on bullshit, he's lying, that's not how men feel. So apparently I can speak for a large percentage of men. And we're up here telling you what's going on with you, why you're failing in certain areas, why you're getting pumped and dumped. But it's so hard for the average person to identify flaws and mistakes that they may have in their blueprint and then conform to what has been perceived as the better way. I can't imagine a world like that. Like, it's not hard for me. Some of you right now can get up here and tell me something, poke a hole in a philosophy or an ideology of mine. And in front, these people know it, in front of everybody, effortlessly, I will say, you know what, you just made me think about that for the first time. And the logic behind that is a lot stronger than the point that I just made. So I'm going to give you that. Why would I hang on to bad information? What do the girls say? The hell? Right? I'm telling you guys, I've been had this dating thing figured out for some years. I always knew it was going to be easy for me. I always knew it. Because I'm not attracted to the type of women who have low relational success rates. I'm not attracted to the women who have the DNA and the biology to blow a relationship on the inside. I've never been attracted to it. When I was 10 years old, I knew how my life was going to turn out. I used to have reoccurring visions of where my success path was. This is the honest truth. From 10 years old on up, I knew what type of apartment I lived in. Now, I didn't know the exact state, but I knew it wasn't going to be where I was from. I knew it was going to be very far away. I knew I had a doorman, right? At 10 years old, I started having reoccurring visions. By the way, I could also fly. Yeah, seriously. My sister will tell you. And I still have those dreams sometimes. I can fly. FYI. You people are nuts. Listen, they say breakup hurts. Well, not only do they hurt, they're a time setback, a significant time setback. Yeah. Listen, I said I could. Yeah, I said it. I could fly. Now I might have to be asleep to be able to fly, but I can fly, damn it. It's been since I was 10. Now here's how I fly. I run, I jump pretty high, but I always come back down. But I have to keep running. I jump up high again. It usually doesn't take till like the third time. Mine's is more of gliding for an extended period of time. I've been doing this since I was 10. You can't tell me. Serious though. Shout out to Will Fit in this situation. But listen, I'm quite certain that a lot of you have never thought about the concept of a man's bachelor status being very expensive. It's very expensive. I'm talking about a man of value. A lot of you guys have been disassociating your poom poom with high level value. It's not high level valuable. Your poom poom is not high level valuable. The poom poom plus the personality and energy it is attached to is what makes a poom poom high level valuable. There are some women who we can lay up with and we view it as I'm privileged. I know I'm on my A game. I'm privileged that she let me hit. Like she's that valuable to us. And if she let us go raw, I'm really, because I know the quality of that woman right there. I know the value of that woman. It's always been said she doesn't just lay up with just anybody. Look how she holds herself. Look how she keeps her house. Look how she talks. Listen to how she talks. Look at how she walks. This girl is a trophy, and she let me hit. Not casually, but I pressed her. I pressed her for like a month and a half, 2 months maybe. I was putting in work, and we ended up doing the do one night. And I know if I disrespect her in the least after I smash, she'll probably never speak to me again. That is a woman of value. I don't care what you say. A woman who will make a man wait to smash is a valuable woman. That doesn't mean that a woman who has had sex after the first date is not valuable. It means she's a little bit less disciplined than the woman who is more valuable than her. That's what it means. It means the other woman is more valuable than her, but it doesn't mean that she's not valuable because she could just be so impressed with. There's factors as to why most women do it because they're hoes and thoughts, right? But outside of that perspective, the reasons that some women will let some men smash on the first night, it's very. Sometimes I was so impressed with him that he really messed me up on the inside. He was smelling good the whole night, and I was impressed with his behavior while we were at the movies, and everything just fell in place. I just couldn't even resist myself, right? There's the ones who they use the poom poom to see if they could solidify his attention, make sure that after this date, he doesn't not call and things like that. She believes if she gives the poom poom up, it will keep his attention, which it doesn't. What keeps our attention is your value. And you can diminish your value by doing things like that. But if you give it up to me on the first night, I can admit that I'm kind of fly, right? And that may be what attributed to you, dropping them on the first night after the date. But after that, I had better see some very, very valuable traits in you. I had better see some very valuable traits. I had better hear your femininity. I need to see you pressing me and things like, because you gave it up on the first date. I'm not going to disqualify you for that, but I need to make sure that you didn't just give it up on the first date because you're a hoe and you give it up on the first date, right? I need to be able to tell myself, no, I did put, I was that ninja that night. I had it leaking off of me, right? I need to hear your voice be soft the days following after that. I need to be able to look at you and see femininity. I need to be able to hear it in your voice when we're talking on the phone. I need to hear you laughing from time to time. I need to see you smiling often because these are the elements that, when placed in the same orbit, will cause a man to not want to be too far away from you for too long increments of time. Think about this. I know something that every time I'm around it, I feel positive. I feel good. I'm going to make sure I stay far away from that thing. Doesn't sound right, does it? Because that's not the way that it works. When we find ourselves closely connected to things that make us feel good, when we find ourselves closely connected to things that have a positive energy about it, we tend to go towards it more often. Why do you think people get strung out on substances? Because they can't moderate how that how good and pleasant that thing makes them feel. So they want that feeling again and again and again and again. When we consume these amazing experiences, the typical move is to not go in the opposite direction, but the direction of the thing that makes us feel good. Are you making men feel good? Huh? Huh?
What we've got here is failure to
Are
communicate.
you making men feel good? Or do you only care about yourself? Listen, I want to ask everybody, what percentage of women, of modern women, would you say care about how men feel? And I'm talking about men that they're either getting to know romantically in a relationship. What percentage of women would you say care about how men feel? Shout out to Miss Michelle in this situation, rocking with us. Michelle Grace in the place. Monica, are you down there telling lies? Monica says she believes 70% of women. Listen, hey, that's what I'm talking about. There go my girl. Starlina said 10-15%. Monica had nerve enough to say that about 70% of women care about how men feel. The heck? Where'd you get that from? What gave you that inclination? What have you saw that we haven't saw that made you think the exact opposite of us? It's about 10-15%. You never see these pages over here. You never see the pages where women have up these lives going on TikTok or whatever, and they're all talking about what are the cool things that you think we can do to make men feel good, or tell me some of your tips on things that men like and things. You never hear that. Oh, it's about what they can get out of men. It's about what they can get out of men. Look, Leon said around 10%. Like, see, let's say that these numbers are off. Well, even if we throw it up to 30%, that's still terrible. If we say 40%, that's bad. My girl said, no, in my life, we talk about those things. That's what's up. Tree of Life in the building. I'm going to stop shouting people out too. Y'all taking my brand down. I'm just saying. Listen, I want to ask the lady something. Man, Tina scared me with that. She said, yes, you are a seer. She scared me with that. Because listen, I wasn't joking. I have had these reoccurring visions since I was like 10. Um, so I think you guys should start having this conversation with your girlfriends, because the reason that you guys are doing so terribly on the dating highway is because you're going into a Gucci store without knowing that they sell things. You're going into a Gucci store without knowing that they sell things. You don't even know that a man of value's bachelor status costs, and it's not only does it cost, it's very expensive. It's very expensive. A man who only has to care for himself. At my house, do you know what it costs me to eat for 1 week? When I go home, I have to go shopping. If I, depending on what I spend, I typically shop per week, right? Every 2 weeks. Do you know that for 1 week, $80 to $100? $80 to $100. If we're being real, yeah. Yeah, it's between $80 and $100. So think about it like this. Imagine if I attached myself to a woman, right? Imagine if I attached myself to a woman. It would go from 320 to 640 probably. Somewhere close. Lord forbid she has any kids. That woman's problems now become my problems. Her financial issues become my financial issues. Listen, I can no longer go as I please. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, the cost goes up being attached, and I'm living a good life. Listen, what a man is basically saying is the reason you guys can't get men to go, and it's not because of you. The reason that you guys can't get men to lock you down in long-term relationships is because of what you're asking him to give up. We know what it is said that a man is supposed to give up once he enters into a serious relationship. It is basically you asking him to be blind to all of the women, the billions of women in the world who are in better shape than you, who look better than you, who are more fit than you, who are more feminine than you, whose energy is more pleasant and positive than yours. I thought we were supposed to be making progress throughout life. But under the pretense of long-term relationships, I have to get myself to a place where I can earn $200,000 a year and say, stop. I never want to make any more than that. That's asking a lot, people. It's asking a lot. It means this is a really good point right here, but I will never seek to do better than that point. That is what a long-term relationship entails of. And we know that I'm going to find significant numbers of things about other women that are better than you, and these women want to bow down to me. They desire me at high levels. They've sent messages through other people already, but I stay stuck. Hey, it sounds mean, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. In order for that to be a fair deal, you have to be able to give me things that they can't give me. You have to be able to be soft. You have to be able to be feminine. You have to be able to be in shape. You have to be able to be beautiful to the best of your capacity. Even if you're a 5, you'll make up for it for all of the other attributes that you push in my direction. All of the things that make you more valuable as a woman, you have to start exercising those things and playing with those things in my life. Or else, what the hell did I do? Did I really just tell my supervisor who just gave me a $250,000 salary? Did I really just say, hey, I appreciate it, and I just want you to know I'm going to continue working hard, being a better man, but I never want any more promotions. I never want any more pay upgrades. I am going to stay right here for the next 20, 30, 40 years. Somebody prove what I just said wrong. Prove to me where that's not the exact same thing as locking down a woman. Somebody tell me. Give me a thumbs up if it is the same thing. Give me a thumbs down if it's not. If I'm just missing it. Give me a thumbs down if I sound like this doesn't make sense. Hold on, I'm really tripping over here now that I think about it. I don't even spend $100 a week. I think I spend like $50 a week. Actually, I know for a fact I do. I spend like $50 a week. That's like $200 a month. So my $200 a month is going to jump significantly from $200 a month. Significantly. Might double. It likely would double. It likely would double. She said, just for food? Yep, just for food. $50 a week. My people understand. Look, Tina said it really is asking a lot. It is. You guys just aren't taught this. Nobody's telling you guys about this. And then when you do hear it, it sounds like a foreign concept because nobody said nothing like this to you. When in reality, is elementary. Everything costs. A man's bachelor status is very, very, very expensive. And if you want to attain it, you got to pay for it. I want people down in the comments to tell me, what is the money that is used to purchase a man's bachelor status? You don't have to name all of them. Just get me in the right direction. Name 2, 3, or 3 of them. Some of you who know 4 or 5. What is the money that is used to purchase a man on the dating highway? What is the money that is used? You guys have heard me use this term several times up here. It's dating money that we call it. What is the dating money that is used to go to the Amazon Amazing Man store and shop for your man? What is the money? What is the dating money that is required to purchase a man? Miss She said definitely in the building. My girl. What? What? Nobody's. Your dating currency is the elements that make you up. It's how feminine you are. It's how perky your tatas are. Your fitness, right? Your ability to be a cooperative individual. Being easy to get along. This is dating money. It is what you purchase other human beings to be in long-term relationships with. Yes, Miss She said feminine. Oh, she said feminism. I don't know if she. I don't know if she feminism or fem. Yes, Pam said peace. Yes, this is dating money. Okay. Yep. Femininity. That is dating money. We know it's not physical money because you guys can have large amounts of money and still can't get a man to be in a serious relationship. You can get used, right? We know that. Look at Oprah. Look at all of these. I'm not going to go into all of the names, but we know it to be true. You have to be a pleasant, peaceful experience in order to lock us down. Men of value, men who have their own things, men whom, if we were attached to you, your girlfriends would be impressed and things of that nature. Yep. Yep. Tina sitting up here don't even got a profile picture talking about, well, of course, that's my nature, being very pleasant and generous. Got no profile picture up. Listen, TikTok, we only have 22,000 likes up here. We're supposed to be at the 50,000 mark by now. The reason that a lot of you ladies can't score is because you're shopping for something that you don't even realize costs. You guys keep on approaching men with this entitlement mindset, not knowing that you're almost supposed to be pleading your case as to why he should lock you down. You're going into it like with a sense of entitlement, like because you got a poom poom, that he should feel grateful that you giving him time. Are you nuts? Are you nuts? You tell me how that's been working out. You tell me how that's been working out for you with your good single lonely. What the heck? Oh, no, my brother. I think I read his comment. Phoebe in this situation. Brother said he left a comment that I didn't see. Dang, I read that to myself and didn't even read it out loud. That's crazy. My bro said Stacy is right. One of my business partners had trouble closing a $3.5 million deal at the mayor's gala. His wife noticed him stressed. His wife said, hold her drink. 20, 24 hours later, deal closed. That just did something to me. I like how bro even narrated this story. Listen, bro said, Stacy is right. One of my business partners had trouble closing a $3.5 million deal at the mayor's gala. His wife noticed him stressed. His wife said, hold my drink. 24 hours later, the deal was closed. But see, here's the thing. You can't even pull that off because you don't even know you're supposed to be representing me. You don't even know you're supposed to have my back. Nobody's ever even told you that you're supposed to be making me look good. You are my enemy. That's how this thing has been playing out with black men and black women. It's not in black men's nature, but black women have been trying to outdo and outshine black. Everybody knows what I'm saying is true. I don't even have to. Everybody knows, okay? Everybody knows this. You won't be able to be to me what you are most effective at being to me because you're trying to compete with me. Basically, trying to be me. Crazy work. You heard what this brother just said. Listen, the show 24, where the guy, the black guy who always did the Allstate commercials, I forget his name, but on the show 24, he was the president. Now his wife, she was something else. She was something else. I'm not gonna lie. But the moves that she was making on his behalf behind closed doors and things, it'd be hard to fail with that caliber of woman behind you. She was like, no, David, listen, tighten your tie up. You go back out there and you let him know that you'll have this and this and that business proposal done at this and this and that time. Then she would go in the other room and write it. See, you guys talk like you want millionaire men, but you don't even have the fortitude to help one become one. Okay, I respect my husband. I respect my husband, so I don't show my face. That's the first time I've heard something that can make me, I could honor that. Oh my gosh. Here we go. Come on up, Miss Tiff. Come on up, Miss Tiff. Please come up, Miss Tiff. I'd like to see where you're going with this. She's likely not to come up, so I'll just monologue rant. All right. What we don't understand as men, and even some of the women, instead of you guys saying things like, are you married? I apologize, people. I got some stuff going on in the background. Instead of you guys saying, but are you married? Listen to me, ladies. Listen. I'm going to slow down because some of you aren't going to get this. Instead of when men are speaking, or women that you don't like, instead of saying, are you married? It throws us off because we believe whether or not the individual that's speaking is married, single, divorced, satanic, Christian, dogfighter, abuser. We believe that just any time, anything that any person says makes sense, then you can just judge whether or not what they said makes sense or not. It does not matter who the messenger is. Pinpoint a time where that person has said something that your ears did not associate with the bar of logic. You ladies have to stop doing this. We look down on you when you perform at this mediocre level. It's like a very elementary way of thinking. To say, are you married? It typically means I can't find any flaws in his ideologies or his views. But I want him to stop saying the things that he's saying. Because those things that he's saying is getting me out of my comfort zone. He's saying things that I know that I need to work on, but I also know that I'm not going to work on them. He's also saying things like a person who doesn't work on them will get bad results out of the dating market. And I don't want to face that truth. So I just damn it don't want to hear it. But the show is kind of entertaining and I don't want to change. But I don't want to hear him keep making me uncomfortable because the things that he's saying actually are applicable to my life. Do the work then. How about that? Do the work. You're right now on your couch, lubing it up with all of the chicken grease that has slid from between the crevices of your bosoms all the way down to your belly button and flowed out of your belly button down your side onto the couch. You have chicken grease all over the couch. Little breakings and crumbs from a Snickers that you've chewed on effortlessly, almost inhaled it. Work on that. Handle that. You just got done eating a salad made out of Reese cups, crushed up Twix, crushed up cookies for the lettuce. And then you pour some Hershey syrup on top of it and put it in the microwave oven. Stop doing those things. How about that? Don't worry about if the messenger is married. Can you ascertain whether or not the things that you are hearing make sense or whether or not they don't? It makes us believe that you're crazy. You should not be worried about me. If the information makes sense, just consume it. Or you can be, I don't want to use that word, they'll probably ban platform. You can move like a person who doesn't understand the concept of progress, and you can choose to acknowledge that the information sounds legitimate, but I'm not going to receive it. You could be that type of person. But overall, you're weird to us because you'll believe that someone's making good points and pushing out good information, but you won't allow the information to change your life because of who it came from. Jeez. But your mama was black. What? Well, I know it doesn't apply to me. I'm married, second time, 15 years. I think you're implying that black women not. I want you to come up here and establish that to me. I wasn't implying that. I wasn't talking about you, and I wasn't talking about black women not being feminine. But since you want to bring it up, do you think black women are feminine? Ma'am, I'd almost pay you to come up here. You think black women are feminine? Well, what are Asian women then? What the hell are white women? That was pretty tough to consume. And it just goes to show how far gone we are. It just goes to confirm how far gone we are. This woman believes that black women are feminine. There's probably not 17 feminine black women in all of the United States. I'm just playing. But it is not the average. It is not the average. Not gonna even entertain that. But listen, this is what I want you guys to know. You guys go into it in the mindset of everything that I taught you guys tonight, and you'll start winning. You guys keep coming into the dating market with these arrogant attitudes, thinking that it's a man's pleasure that you're giving him the time of day because you have a poom poom between your legs. I'd like to see what the attitude of women would be like if that poom poom kind of got shut up or deleted off of a computer file somehow. You wouldn't be as tough and you know it. It's basically you admitting that it's all the thing of primary value that you have to offer, except for the other women who aren't leading with that. DJ in the building. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you guys go into this thing the way it's really supposed to be done, you won't have half as many problems as you guys have been having. You won't have near as many problems. You guys don't know that you're supposed to be going to a man petitioning him. What I mean when I say petitioning him, every date that you guys go on, every phone call that you guys have, you're supposed to be giving him reasons to believe that you are the caliber of woman who's valuable enough to be locked down. How do you talk? How do you look? How do you move? Are you feminine? Are you fit? At this point, we can call it an audition because you can't seem to get yourselves locked down. That's nothing to do. And I'm going to say this too. Another thing about you guys, modern women, you get offended at the slightest things. Like, I'm telling you the true way that this thing works. You will have to audition for a man in order to get him to relinquish his bachelor status. It is that valuable. But some of you would say, girl, you hear what he just said? But you know that's the way that it works. When you want certain types of jobs, you float your resume out there and you know it. That is you trying to get that position. That is not that employer trying to get your position. It's not what's going on. And the crazy part is this. What we have come to find out and understand is by the time these women realize the concept of what I'm teaching you guys tonight, it's too late for them. Now you don't have your youthful beauty anymore. Now your boobs look like the woman over in Africa on National Geographic. Your stomach looks like ground zero where they've been testing nuclear missiles, right? All of the wrinkles. The stomach looked like a just like you set one of those leather catcher mitt in the bathtub overnight and pulled it out in the morning. All the wrinkles and all the cracks and all of the lightning strikes that are on your stomach due to having all of the children and things like that. You've picked up pounds. Your youthful beauty is gone. Your hair isn't as healthy. And this is when you choose to go shopping for your man. Maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know. Those of you who don't know, you can book an hour session with me. All you have to do is go to my, because I'm starting to think at this point, you guys really need. Some of you really need a one-on-one with me. It wouldn't need to last more than 2 minutes. I would simply say, hey, the dating system doesn't work the way you think it works. You have to turn yourself into something that is valuable enough for a man to desire to lock down long term. You have to turn yourself into something that when you hurt, that man hurts. That man, you have to turn yourself into something that is so valuable that that man wants to make sure that the rest of your life is comfortable. I don't think you guys think you have to turn yourself into anything. Some women have it naturally. That's only about 20%. Some women are naturally cooperative and fit and things like this. That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. But yeah, I think some of you need to book a one-on-one with me. You go to my profile and it's the link tree and it's where you can book a session. I'm really starting to believe that a lot of you need to hear some of these things said just like on a one-on-one, just like calmly. Because the dating environment is really, really easy. It's really simple. The reason you guys don't hear me having these horrific experiences that I know exist due to certain calibers of women is because I'm not attracted to the type of women who cause problems. I don't have any reason to interact with them. So I don't have horror stories for you guys. You guys know how I talk about my dating experiences. It's that easy to me. I don't allow poon poon to control or get me out of control and lock down with somebody whom all of my spidey senses have been just blurring and kicking me in the head saying not her, not her. I don't have those issues. It's relatively simple to me. If she shows a lot of her body, if she doesn't know how to talk properly, if she's not, I don't, what, why are, what, we entertain that for what? Yeah, I don't have those issues. All right, we've been up here for a minute. We have not met our goal for the night. So we're going to go ahead and end the show early. Shout out to AJ over here, single handedly keeping us going. We have definitely not met our $50 show goal for the night. Where's my brother Biggs in this situation for shooting all of the membership gifts out there? My bro, my bro. That's my stay one for real. All right, if there are no more questions, we're about to go on and wrap this thing up, people. Give me two ladies up here. I want to know if you ever knew this. Give me two ladies. There's a chance for almost one-on-one? Oh, I think maybe there's a charge. It's $75 an hour for a one-on-one. You can go to my links, stacyprince.com, or else you can go to any of my links in my profiles, and it'll shoot you right through where you can schedule. I think, I don't even know if that's what he was saying. There's a chance, a charge. I don't know. All right, people, well, we're about to get up out of here then. I appreciate you guys rocking on out with us. Hopefully, you took in some of any part that you deemed beneficial. You know how to do a one-on-one fly high. Go to the links in my profile and you just book a session. And we'll get some magic done. Right? She said the part where you said to dress modest. I agree. Yeah, because if you're not dressing modest, I'm coming at you wrong. But it's not me that's coming at you wrong. I'm only responding to what you pushed out into the universe. Listen, think about this. Think about this. I want to show you guys an example of how you keep attracting the wrong individual. Imagine you're walking down the street and you're dressed very modest. And I'm a very sexual man, actually looking for some poom poom right now. But when I see you, you don't arouse me. You're attractive, you're pretty, but you don't arouse my sexual senses. Right? Now let's turn around and flip that. You're walking down the street. I can see all the cleavage. Everything is tight. Things like that. Pants are super tight. And I'm driving down the street looking for some poontang. When I look in your direction, you are going to set my alarms off. So the caliber of man you just attracted was a man who was looking for some poon poon. Just to bust a nut. You didn't attract someone who was looking for a relationship like what you were looking for. You attracted a man whose cock was presently hard as he was driving down the street. This is what you attracted. And then you get peed off and want to lose your mind when he starts behaving like a man who likes poon poon. No, it's what he wanted when he bumped into you. You just don't know that you fit the criteria. You looked like one of the women who could satisfy what he was trying to do. See, a woman who lives the exact opposite, she's not going to often attract the wrong person. She can, but that will be her letting her guard down and being a victim to her lust. That will be her letting her guard down and falling victim to her emotions. If she doesn't fall victim to her emotions or her lust, she'll be okay because she's already the non-sexual type of person. So it will be hard for her to attract a hyper-sexual person. As much as we all like to blame our downfalls on everybody else, the things that don't go right in our life, if you were to sit back and examine, you can trace back to where you participated in it. You can trace back all of the things that don't go right in your life, most of the things that don't go right in your life. If you sit back and you kept it real, you could trace elements of that thing back to a behavior that you demonstrated. But you guys don't want to look at it like that. You want to look at it like it's the man's fault. Men don't need you to hold us accountable. We have a biological system that holds us accountable. We don't often go delusional and not acknowledge that we did too. We don't really know how to do it. You guys are grand masters, grand wizards at going delusional. We don't really know how to do it. It's really hard for men to lie about ourselves. We'll just do some bull crap and we'll just do it. We won't say, no, I didn't just do that. No, I'm not loading up this full clip right now. We won't do that. We will know that what we're doing and we will acknowledge it. We are just choosing to do that dumb ish. What the heck? Black Dove said, y'all want to believe that we don't want sex so bad. No, we don't. We believe that you guys are whores. What are you talking about? I'm talking about those. I was talking about, if you're talking that analogy about a woman attracting the wrong attention, walking down the street dressed modest, escaping the guy who's looking for sex, I'm talking about her. I'm not talking about those of you who we know are whores. Why? Where'd you even get that from? You've been a part of this show for a while. I think you know how we view most modern women. Jeez. I don't know what led you to believe that we didn't know this. What made you do it? Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. You kidding me? All right, people. We don't have any show sponsors close to the 2 hour mark, so you know what that is. I appreciate you guys rocking on out with us. Let me see something. Uh, Dang it. All right, people, we're about to get up out of here. Until the next time, which is tomorrow. I'm going to keep the show
Oh,
going. We got somebody coming up. Definitely somebody's going to have to support the show.
I
Mrs.
didn't think you was gonna let me
Savage.
do it. I was gonna answer your prompt
Answer
because
the
it says
prompt
how
then.
serious are long-term
And
relationships.
I mean that though. I mean, is it serious or are long term
I've been in mine
relationships
for
really
nine
serious?
years. 9 years, 2 kids. I can answer this. I can definitely answer this. That's almost a decade. Actually, it'll be a decade June 15th.
I
June
mean,
15th anniversary.
it's a
10
decade.
years.
It's a decade. Listen, when I say how serious are long term relationships, I think that people aren't aware. Like this is why it's so hard for a woman to get a man's bachelor status. Because how we look at that, everything that takes place in my life is about to double up. All of my expenses, everything. That's how we look at that. We look at that like we're basically saying this. Now I want you to pay attention to this. Every
Okay.
other woman out of the billions. Looking, are you old enough to be up here? What the hell?
I'm 28. Yes, I am.
I'm about to say, get this 14-year-old up off here.
I'm now 14. I'm 28.
Okay, so I want to ask you, do you understand this? How long have you been here tonight?
Tonight, I just got in probably like 20 minutes ago.
Okay. Here's a man's bachelor status. A man's bachelor status is very, very, very valuable, expensive, and important to us. Our bachelor status is the time before we ever get into a relationship that we get to roll around in our car, be who we are, that we only have to be responsible for us, that our expenses are only attached to us. It is the time that we have the flyest crib, the white carpet, the black leather, when we're expressing ourselves to the world. That's what our that's what our bachelor period is. It is that time where we're not locked down, but where we don't have a serious relationship going on and we can do what we want to. We're only responsible for us, right? That is a very, very, very valuable time in all men's lives. It's very valuable. It's very precious to us for the simple fact is it's where some of our deepest experiences come from. It's where we have the most of our sex, right? It's where we've experienced women of multiple different magnitudes. It's where we've been out with our friends later at night. Sometimes I'll fall out drunk over his house and we done brought two girls over his house or whatever. It's where a lot of our life experience occurs, our bachelor status. Now, my point is this. It is the adult version of Disneyland. Now, have you ever thought that very good, and I'll say favorite, almost favorite time of a man's life, have you ever thought how expensive it would be to get a man to give up his bachelor status? Something that I just described to you as adult Disneyland to us. Have you ever thought about what it costs to get a man to say, I'm giving up my bachelor status, and for the rest of my life, I will only entertain your eyes? And have you ever thought that comes with a price?
Um, Not financially. I didn't think about the financial part of it,
It's
but I
not the
definitely
financial
think.
part.
Oh yeah, yeah, I definitely thought about that. You got to be a woman of substance. You have to save as much as you can as possible, as least little to none of access. You have to work on your integrity as a woman. Be prepared to say something that you're not ashamed of. If you can have the most cleanest plate as possible, try to do that to the best of your ability.
Yeah,
And
I
don't
agree.
compete matching his energy because you're gonna ruin your value.
I
Because your value
agree.
will go up with his.
See, I tell people that this is dating money. Do you know what dating money is? Dating money for a woman when it's time to go to the Amazon Amazing Man store. We cost. Everything costs. And I don't know why people don't like to look at it like that. We know women cost. Women even cost physical money. We know that. To lock down a man costs a man, a MOW, a MOV, I mean, a man of value. The man that most women want, the man who's not rich nor poor, but he has his own car, he has his own house. If he needs to, he has money he can get out of the bank. He's a relatively okay looking man. That man's bachelor status costs. Why? Because there are other women who have things that you don't have who also view him as a man of value. Now, why would I lock you down and not those other women? who view me as a man of value.
Because I'm not a liability.
That's a part of dating money. Dating money is this: how soft you are, how perky your body still is because you haven't abused it all over the dating highway. Your beauty, your youthful beauty, how nice you are, how feminine you are. This is dating money. The things that I just named are the equivalent of a wallet that you can barely shut. What do we used to call them? A knot. But what's happening is women are going to the Amazon Amazing Man store, 2-3 children by 2-3 different men, obese, were born average to below average looking, got a mouth, and you're looking up at the top damn shelf of men at the Amazon Amazing Man store and got nerve enough to get on social media and lose your mind and say men ain't shit when they tell you that we don't have anything in your price range. So now I want you to answer my question. How serious are long-term relationships?
Very serious, just like your credit report. How much consistency that makes you reliable and trustworthy to be in this relationship? How much loyalty do you have?
Most definitely. It's most definitely a credit report. It's most definitely a credit report. Because it, depending on where you live, some cities are larger than others, and you pretty much sometimes might not ever see anybody you grew up with, things like that. But you still develop a reputation. It's a type of energy that attaches itself to you, and there's certain people who may have been the one who introduced you to. He's going to tell, hey, bro, I did introduce you to her, but it's not something I would get serious about, bro. That just stained you from being able to lock down this individual, or it just stained him. But here's the thing: people don't realize men have unlimited dating options. I can get stained, and you can be like, I don't want to mess with Stacy no more. I can go get like 5 women badder. There's 3 million more women in America than there are men. The black community is 2.5 million. If a man is a confident man, especially a black man, if he is a confident man, if he has done okay for himself financially, has his own vehicles, has his own house, he can get married to a multitude of women inside of 45 days. Quality women, good women. I could get up out of this chair right now and it'd be effortless. And I'm not saying that like, ooh, I'm gorgeous. I'm not saying it like that. I'm telling you, men know. We all know. We know the results that we've gotten on the dating highway, which pretty much let us know what our value is. Men find out what their dating value is based on how the dating highway treats them. If we're able to pull bad women, feminine women, things like that, not just once, not just twice, it means our dating value must. It's not even us saying it. It's the dating market saying it. This is why you've always heard me tell women, don't you be leaving that good man because he messed up. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Listen, would you?
What I would?
Would you leave your man if he had a mistake?
I'm a valuable woman. I could if I wanted to. I'd be just fine.
But would you? We're about to see if you're a valuable woman.
No, I wouldn't leave him. That would be stupid, though.
That's a valuable woman. If you had said the opposite, I wouldn't. You're not a valuable woman. A valuable woman does not throw away time. Why the hell would I? Why? So I can say, hey, y'all, I didn't put up with this shit. Now you're looking stupid over there with these single women, and they're going to pump you up. Hell yeah, girl, you sure didn't put up with it, but they've been wanting you to come back home. They've been missing you the way you guys used to be able to kick it and have those drinks before you got locked down by this man for 9 years. He has to be a man of value to even or to have the capacity to desire to get into a long-term relationship for 9 years. This is what I'm saying. People running around here throwing these relationships away like they're just falling out of trees. I bet you several of your other friends don't have 9-year relationships.
No, I got a friend. She got me beat. She got 15 on me.
That's
15 years.
That's a friend. The average black woman. You got 4 girlfriends that's been married for years?
Yeah.
Black?
Yes.
Okay, I'm about to say, what state is she from?
I'm Wisconsin.
Oh hell, okay, country bumpkin. Okay, it makes sense. I could go for that. They would get married and keep a companion just to keep from being bored. I'm just playing. But listen, I'm just saying on a norm that doesn't happen in the black community. Like there's something. Okay, so let me ask you: you had your dad in your life?
Oh yeah.
See, I know. I want you guys to always know that every time we say this, you guys have been watching this show for 4 years. Every time we say this, it's the same thing. We always know that the women who come up here and say that they wouldn't leave their man if he had an accident, the women who are pleasant, the women who are nice, we always know that every time I ask them that they have their father in their life, they say yes. So isn't that telling you guys something? We've given you all the statistics, all the historical data, all of the studies that suggest that children turn out better when they've had their father in their life. You can see her behavior. She's probably been gamed up a little bit inadvertently without even being knowing it, just watching his movement and hearing some of the things that he says. When you are used to male leadership, it won't come as a nuclear bomb to you when you start experiencing that of your boyfriend. When he says something like, "Hey, babe, I'm not really feeling you wearing that," and da da da, you won't be, "Who is you to tell me that?" You won't be like that because you'll be able to remember that your dad has put you in check like that before. So you'll kind of be used to male authority. Before I get up out of here, I got one more question for you. Do you really, and this is going to be vague, so I'm going to dig into it for you, but do you really know the value of having a life partner? Do you think that you know?
I feel like I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, since you've been alive, have you encountered things that just pretty much didn't go your way, or things that you wished could have went your way and they didn't go that way?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine having somebody? Let's say it's a head. You're walking around with this backpack. Inside of this backpack, it's a head. It's a literal head. And when you don't have the answers to things, you tap the backpack and it says, "Nah, that's too much. I saw online where you could get that for da 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 da." When you're about to drink too much, you tap that shoulder on the. Even when
Like
you're out with
Dora.
you said,
Like Dora. That's all I'm picturing is Dora.
the door. But see, you see what I'm saying? Like that's how valuable that is. Through all of your ups and downs, you have another opinion. You have another resource. When your dad, I don't know, when your dad doesn't have an answer, therefore this jam that you and your man has gotten to, you don't really know what to do, and your dad doesn't have an answer. That was a bad example. I'm saying basically, when you've gotten into something and you don't have the answer for it, imagine being able to get some better advice from that head in the backpack. That's your man. Do you know how much more difficult it is to go through life alone than it is with somebody else? When you come to your limit at your thinking capacity for this particular incident right here, it's amazing to be able to rub a genie lamp and get a second opinion out of another human being. That's your man. It means where your thinking capacity stopped at, it wasn't over for you because you still had somebody else's. Where you're being irresponsible with finances had a cap on it, you have somebody saying, "Nah, babe, I'm proud of the way you've been doing it. Don't fall off the wagon because I see you saved up another couple $1,000. You keep on. You're going to be on your way, babe." Could you see where that person's life would turn out better?
I mean, I think it makes sense. If this person has been making good decisions before you, why not trust them to make good decisions during you? If you let your emotions get involved, y'all both gonna fail.
I just can't imagine how people don't see how much more beneficial it is to have a life partner than it's not. And here's the thing, Savage, you guys are giving up good men for cheating. We can't wrap our heads around it. It's your ego, you poking out your chest, letting everybody else know, girl, I didn't put up with that shit. But now you're back on the dating highway, about to start it all over.
I'm gonna tell you guys something that my daddy taught me. A woman can't do what a man can do. You see, when a man step out, he just trying to get to point A to point B. Ain't got nothing to do with his feelings.
None at all.
But when a woman step out, she is like premeditated murder.
Yep.
Okay, it was thought about. She went through it. She got dressed up. She followed through with the lie. Then she showed who she was loyal to. The moment she defended the lie, came up with excuses for it. Did everything but take accountability.
Yep.
But the only difference is, you see, the woman that he slept with, he probably gonna turn her into a 304 or keep her remaining as where she was or where she's at. But when you step out, you let another man remold where you were from and where you're at. A man will ruin you and he can change her, but he will remain untouched.
Yep. We don't even remember a lot of their names. And here I'm willing to come home and legit lay my life down for you. Like, seriously. If there was somebody here that says one of y'all got it, I come home and the whole house duct taped. And the guy says, "Would you trade your life for hers?" Yes. Go ahead and end mine right now. Let my family go. And you tripping because I just went and got a blowjob from this hoe.
I mean, it's worthy of being in a doghouse. You're gonna be in a doghouse.
Oh, there should be penalties. I don't even think men should cheat. I don't think men should cheat. But it's going to happen. I believe a man is supposed to have to almost make it seem like he did. The penalties are supposed to be so tough. Like, man, I'm talking about she's supposed to come home the next day, probably to an envelope like with at least a quarter of her student loans paid off or something. You can't just be out here disrespecting somebody, fellas. I'm just telling you, the odds of you going through 20 years of not cheating, they're so low that it doesn't even matter to count it. What I'm saying is either get away with it and stop it. Don't turn it into you being a chronic cheater. Just be 2 or 3 mistakes that you made and get back to protecting that family. Actually, there is no get back because you never stopped. You just made a pit stop along the way, got you some poon or something. And if you ever bring the woman back a disease or a child or something like that, I still believe after a disease is different. But a child, I still believe if that woman can say that this is a good man, that she shouldn't leave him. But if she leaves him, I wouldn't blame her.
It depends. You know, if you up and had a baby on me, like, yeah,
I could go for that.
You know
I could go for that.
You gave me something I can't get rid of. Yeah, you gotta go. You know
no, we ain't gonna say something you can't get rid of. I'll say if something they give you a shot in the butt, that's still disrespectful. But some therapy can get you guys past it. But if a man has a baby on a woman, yeah, at this point, like, I don't know, you got some different type of disrespectful going on, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'd advise her to not leave if they've been into this thing for 9 years. I would not want you to jump back out there on that dating highway and see what the dating highway has to offer you, because I think we know what it has to offer. That dating highway is like, basically, we should call that Freddy Krueger's living room. We hear a whole lot of horror stories at that dating highway.
I want to say something that's important while we're on this topic, because it's relevant. If you want a long-lasting relationship with your partner, regardless of what they've done to you, what they did to you, whatever, don't tell nobody. Don't tell your mama, don't tell your daddy, don't tell your friends, don't tell nobody you feel is close to you, don't tell nobody. Because when you tell the people that you think got your back, your unmarried mama, your bitter cousins, your chicken head friends, or whatever the case, they talking about you. They judging you. And then when you tell them something good about what he did for you, this is what happened. You look like a fool. You look like you making something work with a predator, with somebody that don't respect you. You look sleazy. Don't nobody want to come to your wedding. Yep. Ain't nobody celebrating nothing with y'all. They talking about y'all. Yep. So the best thing to do when things happen in your relationship, don't say nothing. You might not even feel the same way in 3 days. A lot of y'all don't give nothing time before y'all go running y'all mouth. Close your mouth. Chew some gum. Drink some water. You'll be all right.
I agree. That thing right there plays out several different ways. Like both of the ways that you said, plus you could have women who things aren't going right in their life and they'll try to give you bad information on purpose to get you out of that relationship so it can go back to how it was when you guys used to be able to hang out and go to the bars and things. She's been missing you ever since you got locked down. She misses her old partner in crime. She don't want to say it, but she don't like that you got in that relationship. Now, if it was the shoe on the other foot and she got in a relationship and you didn't, she wouldn't be feeling that way. But that's how low down women can be. A woman's nature is not for other people. It's devised of selfishness. Oh, every woman has a nasty nature, a seed inside her that can be nasty. It's in every woman. I consider a good woman a woman who has learned how to manage, moderate, and regulate that seed. It's in every woman. But a good woman to me is a good woman who she doesn't really go delusional. She can own up to it when she starts. Now I know damn well I was in the wrong. I know damn well I was wrong, right? That's a decent woman to me. A decent woman to me is a woman who she's probably had her father in her life. Her father has checked her about several things before, right? Hey, listen, I'm not gonna tell you, you're not gonna be running out this damn house looking like that. You know you now you a Smith, girl. We don't do that, right? That type of scolding when she gets into a relationship with her man later on in life, well, she'll already be used to the leadership of a man. So when he puts his foot down about something minor, she won't take it as offensive uh, as a woman who's never had her dad in her life. She won't lash out like, you don't tell me what to do, because she'll know, no, my dad was my guardian and my leader before this man was. So the things that he's saying to me right now, I can relate to them because my dad used to say those things to me. The dad is the tutor. The dad is the tutor before the test. And if you guys have had an active father in your life, you should be able to acknowledge when you are dealing with a man and act accordingly.
I'm gonna say something that's important too, still relevant. Um, and this is coming from my father. Once you've been in your relationship consistently for a few years or you get married, your father is not more important than your man. There is no you are not my
I
daddy.
agree.
You're right, but in the best way possible because your father is not active anymore.
I
Your
agree.
man is actively taking care of you, actively showing up for you, actively prioritizing you, actively being responsible for you. And so it's not no, you're not my daddy. You're actually more important than my daddy. And so you are now the priority. That's just what it is. And if you don't like it, well, then you need to recheck your discernment that you guys so called claim that you use.
I
Because
agree.
apparently it goes out the window when things don't go your way. Now this person is the opposite of everything you claimed.
I agree.
Should not be like that.
Your father is your caretaker until such time that he passes you on. What do you do at weddings? He gives her away. Okay? He gives her away to her new provider and protector. And good fathers, they understand that. They don't take it offensive or anything. They know that anytime you come out from up under protection, you come back home to dad. That's just what that is. But if you're giving your mind, body, and soul to a man, everything about you is that man's responsibility. It just is. And you shouldn't be willing to date an individual who does not believe that you are his priority, his responsibility. You should see it in his actions. You should see his desire to want to be that. But you guys aren't doing that. You just want to get your butt stretched out. This is why you keep getting the results that you keep getting. So get back out there on that dating highway. Matter of fact, we're going to make a type of skateboard or something like that you can strap on to your backs. And this, when you get out there on the dating highway, lay down on your back, kick, and just roll down the dating highway with your legs wide open. It's pretty much similar to what you're doing right now. You guys are out there with a free for all. Your legs are an open buffet, so it's the same thing. Just skeet on down to the dating highway and let whoever wants to partake in that buffet partake in it. And don't be complaining about us on social media when you get chlamydia, when you look up and you got some bumps on the side of your hoo nanny, right? And they won't seem to go away. They've been there for 6 months by now. And lo and behold, one of the bumps and blisters is broken open. And I see pus, a yellow film coming out of the... I see a yellow film coming out of the bumps and it's itching like all crazy. And the people around me right now at the park don't know why I got an attitude because they don't know I done just had a damn outbreak in the midst of this damn conversation about Robin Givens in her heyday. You can get back out there and experience that. Or you can do what's right. How about that? Am I kind of graphic savage?
Get off line.
Hey, I appreciate you coming out, sweetie.
No problem. You have a good night.
You too. You take care. Can you tell that I always wanted to be a comedian and I thought that's where my success would come from? I appreciate you guys rocking on out with us. You know what it is.
I'll make you famous.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
What we've got here is failure to communicate. What we've got here is what we've got here is what we've got here is failure to communicate.
Welcome to Death Row.
I'm your huckleberry.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh? Say good night to the bad guy. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. Bang, 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 daddy, bang. She belongs to the streets. Tragic! Tragic! Get over here!
My doctor has notified me that I'm morbidly obese.
You fucking crazy, man. You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
What kind of stupid-ass question is that?
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.
Many have wondered why Satan was played by a woman in the Passion of the Christ.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up, yeah?
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.